Hi, I'm Tina Ann Middleton, author of the Forestville series. I'd like to invite you to join me today on the writing journey. Today, we're going to talk about the investment involved with writing and publishing your book. We'll be right back. Writing and self-publishing my own books has been an incredible investment for me. Today, I'm going to talk about the costs of that investment and whether I feel it's been worth it. Now, there's the financial investment. We have to look at the money. Uploading the book on most of your self-publishing platforms like Amazon, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, there's no cost to upload the book. Ingram Spark, which is one of the other publishers, there is a cost. I think it's $25 if it's just for an ebook, $49 if you're uploading ebook and print book or just print book. If you are a member of the Alliance of Independent Publishers, then you get a discount on that. And that might be worth your while to check into that. Now, promoting my brand. When you become a writer, you become a brand. Promoting my brand, there's been some cost. We bought the promotional items such as bookmarks. Sometimes I would buy copies of my book to give to people in the hopes that they would share that book and then others would be interested and buy the book. So that's a cost. Doing this, the writing journey, is part of building my brand, and so we bought equipment so that we could bring you the writing journey. Now, I would say the biggest investment is your time investment. There is a huge investment of time writing the book. That's probably your biggest one right there. Writing the book, depending on if you're doing a short novella or 80,000 words, it takes time. And that's an investment. Then when you get ready to upload, if you decide you want to self-publish, you need to research the different platforms to decide what's going to be best for you. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Ingram Spark, one of the others. Be sure you do your research. It's worth the time investment. Let me think on that. How much more? When you're researching, there are things you want to look at. One, you're going to look at how much royalty you get. How much do they keep and how much do you get to have? How hard is it or how easy is it to upload this book? Do you have to go through a ton of steps or is it fairly straightforward? How easy is it or difficult is it if you need to go in and make changes? So those are things you want to check into. And again, look at the costs. Not all of these platforms are free for you to upload on. It's not a quick process. So if you think you're going to sit down and do that during your coffee break at work, that's not going to work. If you think you're going to sit down and do it in 30 minutes when you get home, no. It takes time. Give yourself plenty of time. There's probably going to be some things in there you're going to look at it and ask yourself, what do they want? And you're going to have to kind of look around and figure it out. Give yourself time to do that. Now, another one of our investments has been the promoting and marketing. Not only is there the financial investment on that, there's a time investment. Using social media, and you might think, hey, no problem there, I'm on social media all the time. Well, that's great, and that'll help you. But the time investment for promoting your book, promoting your brand, means you have to take time away from cruising the timeline to check everybody's videos and pictures out. You've got to take time away from that to promote and market your book, your brand. So keep that in mind when you're on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, that there's a time investment. Take the time away from your playtime. This is work time. There are other ways of marketing. For instance, we're using the YouTube channel. Now, I'm not doing this just so I can market my book. I want to encourage new writers, or those who want to be writers. But when we first thought of it, the idea was to promote the brand of Tina Ann Middleton. Also, there's plain old word of mouth. Just telling people about your books. You can't be shy about it. I don't have a problem with that. I don't think I have a shy bone in my body. So I don't have a problem at all with talking to people and telling them about my books, describing the books. I'll tell them about the first 2 I've written. I'll tell them about the 3rd one I'm working on. I have been known to talk to police officers to make sure that I'm getting the details right on the things that involve police work in my books. So you don't want to be shy, but you don't want to be obnoxious either. You don't want to get to the point where people see you coming and they turn around and walk the other direction. So try to find that balance, talking to people about it, but not scaring them away. Another one of the investments in your time as well as money is joining the writer and publisher organizations. The American Christian Fiction Writers, which I'm a member of the National Association and the local group. That has been a tremendous amount of encouragement for me. Romance Writers of America. I just recently joined the Alliance for Independent Publishers. There are costs for joining these organizations and for maintaining your membership, but you may find that I have found that is a very good investment of my money and also the time to go, say, to my ACFW meetings. Every time I go, I learn something new. I receive encouragement from other writers. It's worth the investment. And that's my next point. Is all of this investment worth it? You might even be asking yourself, gosh, I don't know if I want to do all that. Do I want to do all that? Well, let's see. There's the joy of seeing your book in print. Wow. When we first got my books in the mail and we held them and we opened them and smelled the fresh print, there's something so exciting about that. Or when you see it on Amazon and you see the ebook is up there and you see your print book up there for sale, that's pretty exciting. You can even go on Amazon and check your book sales. That's got an upside and a downside. One, it's great when you check it and wow, look, 5 people bought my book today. The downside is when you check it and nobody bought my book today. Why not? So there's good and bad on that. Be careful about checking that frequently because it can be very disheartening if you check it and you don't see book sales since the last time you checked it 15 minutes ago. So I would limit it to 1 or 2 times a day if you can make yourself do that. That way, it's exciting to see your books sell, but it's disheartening when you don't see them sell. Another thing to look at with is it worth it is I look at the friends that I've made in American Christian Fiction Writers. And even when I was in our local RWA group, I met some really cool people there. And that makes it worth the investment, both of my money and of my time. Writing and independently publishing my books has been a big investment of time and money. And sometimes I feel like, yes, it was worth the effort. It's still worth the effort. I would do it again. I hope to do it again with my 3rd book. Other times I get discouraged. I look at those book sales, look at the number of reviews, and maybe there aren't as many reviews as I'd like to see. And I just wonder, well, is anybody buying my books? Does anybody want to read what I wrote? So it can go both ways, and it can happen all in the same day. You can be excited one time and then later be thinking, that's an awful lot of work for 3 people to have bought my book today. But don't give up. You know, I'm still very new as a writer, and I realize I have a lot to learn. I hope you'll join me in learning this wonderful craft as we take the writing journey together. Have a great week.